This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
You're working from home. You settle in with a cup of coffee, ready to get the day started. Before you look at that to-do list, turn on your favorite Odyssey sports station on your smart speaker. We'll keep you company and bring you the latest updates from your teams while you tackle your inbox or get ready for another meeting that probably could have been an email. Power through the workday with the entertaining sports coverage you love from the local voices you trust. Just ask your smart speaker to play your favorite station.
Are you a bartender that dreads the phrase, "Hey, can you put the game on?" At Sports on What, we understand your pain and we're here to help. Over-the-air, satellite, cable, or streaming, Sports on What knows what channel the game is on, and you can too. Follow your favorite teams, set alerts, and filter by provider to get the results you need. Stop wasting time searching and never miss kickoff again. Just download the Sports on What app, and you'll always know how to watch the game. Available for Android and iOS. Start your 7-day free trial when you download Sports on What and subscribe today.
Welcome to the Men's Room Appy Hour, broadcast exclusively on Odyssey. Let the shenanigans begin.
Oh, Michelle, welcome to the Men's Room Appy Hour, exclusively on the Odyssey app, and episode number 25. Thank you for joining us once a week for the Men's Room Appy Hour. Hopefully you'll catch out the show. Check it out Monday through Friday from 2 till 6 sometimes.
Yeah, that'd be cool, too.
You probably just listen to the Appy Hour. We actually do a live show on KISW from 2 till 6 every single Monday through Friday.
Except when we're off.
That is a good point. A couple of programming notes. We do have a couple things coming up before the end of the year. First of all, we have the Halloween Hullabaloo.
Hullabaloo.
That's going down in Kent at the Showware Center. That will be a Sunday night. Hailstorm and Godsmack performing. Also, two other bands.
Flat Black.
The Warning.
Yep.
Okay, Flat Black in the Warning. And that is Sunday, October the
13th.
13th. Okay.
Good job, Miles.
That's coming up. So we've got that on the way.
Flat Black is separate from The Warning.
Correct. They are
All
two
right.
separate bands. They think what? Flat Black, The Warning.
We are Flat
Sounded like
Black
Flat-
and the Warning.
Yeah, that's what I was like, yep, hang on, there's separation.
Also, we have one more stop, I believe, before the end of the year on the Men's Room World Tour.
That is correct.
And it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a big party. So hopefully, once we get all that nailed down, we can give you that information. We did find out on the download today that Live Day is happening. It's going to happen before the end of the year. We got a venue. I'm pretty sure we got a date.
We got the date.
So hopefully we'll be able to announce that for you, too, coming up within the next few weeks. So just so you know.
That's right. We got to stay mum.
It's going to be, I believe they said a Friday
Everyone's
night.
dancing like, oh, we got it done. But don't say anything.
But the cool news is it is on a Friday night, so we don't have to come into work the nenext day. And so it's going to be a good night. I believe we got a great venue, too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to get white boy wasted.
We normally do Snoqualmie Casino, but Snoqualmie Casino is building their hotel. Mm-hmm. So a lot of
Which
that,
is roughly where the stage was, I believe.
yeah. So a lot of that area up there is I haven't been up there since they've been working on that thing for a few years.
Oh, yeah.
So, but apparently they're getting close to being done with that. So
Mike and I were up there.
For the Kentucky Derby.
For the Derby.
I'm about to say, we
No,
were just
that's
up
right.
there. They were putting some good work on it.
Yeah,
they get a great buffet.
That they do.
I mean, like
that steak. Yeah,
they have great food up at Snoqualmie. That is a fact.
honestly, all the casinos around here, like the Emerald Queen, who's got redone. They got a sports book in there. I did one of the cage sports in there. They got a new room. Like the casinos are nice.
Yeah. Have you guys found any new good eating spots that you've been hitting up?
Ooh, there's a good question.
What's the taco truck narrow set or taco stand?
Jesus,
You
yeah.
can't remember the name. I've heard about
I gotta
it.
look it up again. But first I want to give a special shout out to Stevie's Famous Pizza at Burien. I believe there's one in Beacon Hill too. We got a couple of their pies.
What was the style?
I'd say classic New York style.
Okay.
Right? Like, hang on, I gotta look up what's on that pizza. Like in the one in Burien, the original one, like you walk in there, like it's small place, old school, like the table.
It's a pizzeria.
Yeah, that's why I looked at my buddy Sean and I go, this is like the real pizza joint. But I mean, just awesome.
Yeah, yep.
I will say we were driving around. The lady and I were driving around Tacoma, and it is not new at all. But we, had been on our radar. We just never actually pulled the trigger to do it. Cook's Tavern down there in Tacoma.
I've actually heard of that place.
Great brunch, dude.
Okay.
Great brunch. So we're looking at the menu, and Ted actually hyped me to this, that they switch the menu around from time to time. They'll do they have some standby items, but they also have like a rotating menu for style. So they've been doing like a Hawaiian style here for not terribly long. And I had their Loco Moco one time. But the lady kind of went off script, and she got their chicken and waffles that they have down there.
All right.
Holy God, man!
That good.
Is that not a normal thing for her?
Not so much. She likes like the breakfast pastry, as it were. She likes pancakes. She likes waffles. She likes breakfast sweets. But she went with the chicken and waffles, and the chicken is seasoned to perfection. The tenderness of the meat, I guarantee you they're using thigh because it is juicy, it is tender,
All right.
it is so damn good. And then they use a bourbon maple syrup.
Ooh.
Oh, bro.
All right.
Now, have
All
you,
right, real
and
quick.
bacon in the waffles.
That's Stevie's Famous Pizzeria. We got the Norman McDonald pizza, tomato-based, aged mozzarella, capicola, burrata, hot honey. I mean, it is awesome. And if you get it to go, they give you the burrata on the side, so you get home,
was
you
gonna
throw it
ask.
on
All
top.
have you been to the Parkway Tavern yet for a cheesesteak
Parkway, no.
or for a hamburger? That place has been there forever.
Where's it at down there?
It is Parkway
Parkway
Tavern is
I think it's
on
going to be near Parkway.
North Ice Street.
I Street. Okay, I know where you're at down there.
God, 1 Tacoma.
Yep.
It's up on top of the hill. It's been there forever, but they're known
Okay.
for the hamburgers. But they got
That's near her cousin,
cheesesteaks.
actually.
They got po' boy sandwiches. That's a good spot.
Nice.
How about Southern Kitchen? Have you been to the Southern Kitchen?
Not
yet?
Southern
Kitchen,
no.
yeah.
That's another good
Wasn't
spot.
that the one Oprah went to or something?
She might have.
Diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Okay.
So Guy Fieri was there.
Okay.
Okay, maybe that's what I know. Oprah did what Ezel's. All right, that's what it was. So
That's like
Oprah
her
did
favorite,
Ezel's.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tacos La Cudra?
Sure.
Cuadra. Tacos La Cudra? That's the new stand that just opened up, and I believe they have another one. I can never remember the goddamn streets. If you're going down, like leaving Northgate Way, and then it curves around, turns into something else before you get to 99.
At that point, it turns into 105th.
All right, so I was driving back through there last night, and I was like, that looks like the stand that just opened up by us. So I think that was their first one.
Okay.
And they opened up the second one. But I'm telling you, that taco stand on Northgate Way, it opened up 2 weeks ago, and they opened at 7 p.m. 6:30, people started lining up. I was like, all right, people know this place.
Yeah.
So you realize Northgate Way turns into 105th,
All right.
which then turns into Holman Road, which
Oh,
then
yeah.
turns into, is it Elliott Avenue? Whatever it is that goes by Enter Bay, which then turns into Denny Way.
Oh, wow.
So if you were downtown on Denny Way, you are technically on Northgate Way. It's the exact same road.
Huh.
It just changes
I've been there.
names. Yeah.
Okay.
So when you say Holman Road, it's the same as 105th. You say Northgate Way, it's the same as 105th. Holman Road, Denny Way, Elliott Avenue, whatever.
Sunny Hill Pizza. That's another great pizza spot in Ballard. I was there not too long ago. It's kind of up on basically, if you were to walk across the street, you could look down at Golden Gardens, but you're up on the hill in
All right.
Ballard. So it's maybe 75th, 80th Street. I'm telling you what, they have a Detroit-style pizza and they have a tavern pizza. Both of them are fantastic. It is some of the best pizza I've had in a long time. And if you're in that area too, you probably know Delancey. But that's the first time I've ever been in Sunny Hill. People are like, you gotta go. Finally went. I'm like, this is fucking legitimate. Like they were not. This was worth the 5 minutes it took to sit down.
Well, and pizza, I always bring this up, right? Like, pizza to me is just one of those foods that's so subjective, right? Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
I still, like, Lido's Pizza in the Mid-Atlantic in Maryland, like, is my favorite. But I also, because I grew up there, I think it's a different thing. Mm-hmm. And then sometimes, like, I mean, you hear me talk about it. I just like eating pizza, but now you missed. There's different styles. Like that place I go to in Kalispell, Montana, Moose's. Completely different. It's got like the corn stuff on the bottom.
Oh, yeah,
cornmeal,
yeah.
Cornmeal and everything. So it, like, I don't like pizza's such a
Who used to do that? What are the chains? Like was it
I think Domino's.
was it Domino's or Papa John's?
Way back in the day, Domino's. I think it was Domino's that started that.
Okay. I mean, it's not bad. It's just not the traditional crust that.
I mean, it depends how you're cooking it. If you're cooking it like a brick oven, you'd use cornmeal so it doesn't stick to the whatever.
I'm also kind of starting to like again the old greasy Greek pizza. Those spots that used to be around when we first got here.
Oh, what was our guy? Milano?
They're a little bit, yeah, like
Thank you for calling Milano.
I bet Sopranos is a little bit more like that as far as just
for sure.
just a little bit heavier, but still greasy, but still.
Yeah, Sopranos is greasy. It's just pizza.
It's a good pizza,
right? That's it.
But it's definitely its own style. Like I don't think I've ever had that style of pizza anywhere else other than Seattle.
Right, and like I watch a lot of like food, people that eat food on Instagram and stuff. And like one guy was at Point Noise, like big pizza fest, One Bite Festival. And at the end of it, he's like, look, these are the 3 best pizzerias I've ever been to.
Right.
And then like in the next video, he's eating like something from Domino's. He goes, sometimes you just want like Domino's or Pizza Hut.
Yeah, the Lay's potato chip of pizza.
Right.
Yep. What is the what is the equivalent of Dick's in Tacoma? Somebody brought us burgers from there a number of years ago, and it's like, is it the Pickwick?
Well, Pickwick, a lot of people like.
All right, but Pickwick, there's also one of those it's
Freeze?
It's the Frisco Freeze.
Frisco Freeze. Yeah.
Frisco Freeze. Mike, have you been to the Frisco Freeze?
Yes, I did go there one time. Good little burgers down there.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. It's kind of like a Tacoma Dick's.
Well, Tacoma's got great.
That's what he was saying.
At Cuervo,
Sorry, my bad. I got distracted. I'm doing stuff.
They got a steakhouse down there that's fantastic. I really do. I think Tacoma, I mean, if you're looking for just different varieties of food, they have more crab spots, more seafood spots, places downtown where you're on the waterfront where you can get a pound of shrimp and you can get oysters. They broil oysters. It's more like there's, I don't know, just
people have less money. People that have less money have better food. I mean, it's a standard fact of life. No matter where you go, go to the Baroque neighborhood, you're going to get good food. Go to the rich-ass Seattle waterfront. Yeah. It's fine. It's not worth what you're paying, but it's fine.
I'll tell you one thing, though, man. Like a small town, Tacoma's got some hot fucking people walking around. Mm-hmm. I mean, they really do. It's, Seattle is a little bit more dressed down as far as, what people wear.
Sure.
A little bit more gray, a little bit more weather appropriate. If you're down in Tacoma on the weekend, man, people are done up and going out and looking fucking good. Like I go out down there, I'm like, I'm not dressed appropriately.
I don't look good at all.
Yeah, I know. Like I should stop dressing like I'm going to dinner in Seattle.
I would say too. Mike and I went there before the Rainiers game. Dirty Oscars Annex.
Dirty Oscars Annex, yes, sir.
I don't know how to describe it. Like good hearty bar food, but kind of, I hate to sound like this, but elevate it like a little bit better.
Okay, yeah.
Right? Because, Mike, what do we get? Tater tots, but they're almost like...
There was only like 6 or 8 of them. But
it's almost like a croqueta?
Yeah, I know.
Croqueta, yeah. And it was just like, Jesus, this is delicious.
All right.
They were fantastic. You just had to wait for a hot second before they cooled off because Ted boiled his mouth on that lasted like 3 days.
That wasn't that.
Oh, that was the
cauliflower. We got buffalo cauliflower.
That's not worth burning your mouth on.
No, and Mike and his wife were eating pieces, and there was one big one. I was like, oh, I like buffalo cauliflower. There must have been oil in it. It burnt my mouth for like 3 days.
Yeah, I burned my mouth. My wife made homemade dumplings like 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
right?
Nice.
And so I was like, oh, cool. I didn't realize she had just pulled them out. So I walk into the kitchen, I see it, I pop it in my mouth, take a bite, man. Same thing. Like it squirts in my mouth. It's now on the roof of my mouth. I'm kind of doing that muffled scream because my mouth is closed. Then eventually I decided to open my mouth, spit it in my hand, let it cool off, and then finish it. It was delicious, but it hurt. And for 3 days, the roof of my mouth was just fucked.
So I pop it in, right? And I'm like,
right.
And Mike's like, too spicy? I'm like,
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
You're working from home. You settle in with a cup of coffee, ready to get the day started. Before you look at that to-do list, turn on your favorite Odyssey sports station on your smart speaker. We'll keep you company and bring you the latest updates from your teams while you tackle your inbox or get ready for another meeting that probably could have been an email. Power through the workday with the entertaining sports coverage you love from the local voices you trust. Just ask your smart speaker to play your favorite station.
I'm dying, right? I was like, I don't know if there must have not been a napkin. I was like, I gotta chew it, but it's just like, God, it was awful.
Yeah, fucking hurts.
Have you been to the Seven Seas Brew Pub, Mike, in Tacoma?
No, not that one. No,
They,
I need to explore Tacoma a little bit more.
They've got a huge ass tap room. They make an incredible hamburger, and they're the guys that do the Heidelberg beer that I like.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just a big ass room. They got pinball machines like Black Raven does.
Yeah,
just a nice little beer hall. It's somewhere between a brewery and a beer hall.
All right.
So there's still televisions up, games on. They do a nice balance of both. Where some places it's either just straight beer, no food, trucks, whatever the deal is. They kind of got a little bit of everything down there. So that's another good spot.
Yeah, I also say earlier this year, like when the national title was going on, I did go out with my cousin a couple times to West End Pub, and they've got some really good nachos there that I tried one time.
Okay,
They were
good
really
nachos are tough to find, man.
They are. I mean, I feel
Well, let me rephrase it. How long do they stay good? Because nachos.
throughout the entire time that we sat there, they stayed. The chips didn't get all like droopy or anything.
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
what I was going to say. Like they start great, but about halfway through, right?
Right.
It starts turning like your soggy cereal.
And I
in
think
the
there was
bowl.
one time I had a quesadilla there as well, and it was one of those that had some really good innards to it as well. They give you a couple dipping sauces on the side.
Nice.
With like
Yes.
the guac and the sour cream and salsa and whatnot. Like they put that all on the side as opposed to just drizzling it all on the top there. So it was also really, really solid food.
Plus, I like options.
Yeah.
And if you
I'm
put
with
on
you.
multiple sauces, like cool. Each bite's a little different.
Exactly.
That's my big thing.
Exactly.
Give me your green one, give me your spicy one, give me your fruity one. That's basically how it breaks it down, right?
I'm with you 100%.
Yeah.
And then you find the sauce you really like, and,
And
it's
then
like,
that's the
ooh,
one-
just
yeah.
pour that right on top.
That is exactly how it works.
Ted and I are still waiting for our place terriers to get all fixed up. So when I moved when my wife and I initially moved into Tacoma, we were within walking distance. We were like 6 blocks away from this bar called Terry's Office Tavern down there.
All right.
And great spot, nice little. I don't know if I'd call it a sports bar, but they had sports on all the time, and it was a quiet little bar that I like to go to from time to time. But then I feel like that same year we hit it up a couple times there, Ted, and they have the biggest doggone JoJo's that you've ever had, the biggest potato wedges. But
I'm not lying, but they might be a foot long.
For real.
yeah.
They were
Whoa.
legit like that big.
Damn.
They
Okay.
took like the biggest doggone russet potatoes that you could find, and they made JoJo's out of them. It was really good, great staff, fun bar.
They will tell you not to eat them right away.
Are they that hot? And you bit into it anyway?
Yep.
Damn right.
Have you guys dared go into the Caroline Tavern yet?
I don't know
In your
anything about
neighborhood.
it.
I was going to take your kid in there after golf, but I didn't do it.
Oh, you can't. Oh, that joint.
Yeah.
I
Have you been
may
in
have
here
been in
too?
there.
I don't think you'd be
remember.
allowed in there.
I don't think so either.
I have-
because it's right beside Jackson's. We were at Jackson. It's like pull tab. It's been there since 1933, so the place is old as dirt.
You know what? The last time I was in there, you know who I took in there was Castle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we had gone out to have dinner, and I said, "Hey, you want to see one of the oldest bars in Seattle that you've probably never been to?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "All right,
There you go.
Yep.
I will refrain. I have been in there. I will leave it at that."
Okay.
So it was a decent night or no?
That is a different place, man.
That's why I said, dare. Have you gone in there yet? Because it's one of those places like you're in there, like everyone's looking at us.
Right.
To their credit, they open at 8 a.m. on the dot.
So you know who you're walking into with.
Right,
Yeah.
it's like shift workers. I think back in the day, it was kind of famous for all the dudes that like come off the boats in Ballard.
Yeah.
And they would go over there and drink and stuff. But yeah, it's definitely like the problem is though, it's like a family, right? It's like all the same people. So like I went in there once on a Sunday, was doing something. I was like, I'll pop in here and get a couple beers. And they're like, did you bring a crock pot? And I was like, for what? And they're like, well, it's Sunday. Everybody brings a crock pot for food. And I was like, can I just buy a beer? Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, Jesus. Weird.
Damn.
Weird.
Damn.
What was the bar that we stopped into on the way to a Black Raven event? We just
I
stopped in to get a
don't
couple
know
shots.
the name of it, but I've stopped in there a few. I took my wife in there.
It's the one that's like right up the road.
Yeah, it's like right at the light. I mean, it's
Oh, the cut shop.
no,
not sure.
not that
Oh,
one.
not
Not
this
that
is-
one.
this
I
is-
went in there once, and that has its vibe.
Yeah.
This place is the opposite of that.
Yeah.
All right. So the cut
All right.
shop, you happily. Your mom's in town. You'll stop at the cut shop before you take her
Yeah.
to Black Raven, right? No worry. You're not taking your mom into this place. I mean, you're not. Right?
it's people are going to start talking to you immediately because they don't know you.
Yeah.
So
All
you're
right.
going to get
and
asked.
every woman in there wants to sleep with you. And I'm not kidding. Like,
Tits out.
you walk in, it is like, what are you doing later? I'm like, can I just order my drink? I'm not even kidding, man. That is how this place rolls. And if you like women or men that don't have all the teeth, this is the place. But everyone's super friendly, right? I'll give them that. They're real nice.
Twisted Cuban Cafe and Bar?
Man, it's right beside that.
Cookhouse?
It's right beside it.
You can call it anything.
It might be the
The Mexican joint?
No.
No, you're right. It's the
both.
Cookhouse Restaurant and Bar. That's exactly what it is.
That picture is not an
Cookhouse.
accurate
Okay.
represention of what I've
No,
walked
I
into.
mean, not really. This
At
is,
all.
This is more what you get.
That's what, okay.
This guy's like, who the fuck are you, man? I ain't seen you before.
That looks like my mother-in-law's car.
I will say when I talk about working at that bar and package store in Maryland Town Hall, like we're in College Park, but like college kids just did not drink in there. Like I think they would come in like Thursday night. That was about it. But every other day was the same thing. I would feel bad. Like if there was a Maryland like sporting event, especially a basketball game, you get a bunch of peoples. It's cheap. But same thing, man. Some of those regulars was with a bartender. I was like, well, you got eat. Like, just let people come in and sit down. You don't have to grill them. Be like, what are you doing in here?
Smoke Shop in Ballard is like that. There's a couple old school bars
so
in Ballard.
But yeah, but I used to love the smoke shop, and I was always fine when it was kind of like that because, frankly, it's a couple of bartenders were fans of the men's room.
Oh, really?
So they were.
Cool.
But like, I don't know. After a while, I was like, damn, man, even the bros found this one, and I'm just an older bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah, smoke shop shocked me. I was like, wow.
Yeah. And Ted's been here. I've been there. But if you've not been to Vindictive down in Belltown yet on First, go down there if you're a fan of authentic chicken wings.
Okay.
They do a great job.
I mean, you once you go in there, you're like, I forgot what a good chicken wing tastes like. And different than Korean fried chicken or Korean chicken wings, like Burnett's in Renton, still in my mind, has some of the best chicken wings I've ever had in my life. Vindictive just does them in the traditional buffalo style. So they're crispy, they're crunchy, they're juicy. And I mean, you're just like, oh my God, thank God.
I need to get in there.
Thank God.
They're that good. And those dudes started just as like a pop-up at a couple of the bars up on Capitol Hill a few nights a week, and then they got their own spot.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're from Buffalo, too. So, like, you know.
That's probably why they taste good.
Yeah, I was going to go there one night. It was like I think it was, maybe it was like last Monday night. Were the Bills on Monday Night Football? Because whatever the day was, I was like, fuck, the Bills are on. So that's not when you want to go.
The Bills were, that was Thursday Night Football, because Tua ran his head into DeMar Hamlin.
Hawk Tua, yeah.
That's right. Hawk Tua.
Yeah, that's my new name for
Jesus Christ. All right, bitches, there you
I'm
go.
hungry now.
Yeah, I know, me too. On the Men's Room Happy Hour, and thank you for joining us exclusively on Odyssey and the Odyssey app.
In the meantime, fuck everyone.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man!
A Double Flush production.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith from the Men's Room. And did you know I have a podcast? Well, I do. The Podcast. New episodes uploaded every Wednesday on the Odyssey app.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
You're working from home. You settle in with a cup of coffee, ready to get the day started. Before you look at that to-do list, turn on your favorite Odyssey sports station on your smart speaker. We'll keep you company and bring you the latest updates from your teams while you tackle your inbox or get ready for another meeting that probably could have been an email. Power through the workday with the entertaining sports coverage you love from the local voices you trust. Just ask your smart speaker to play your favorite station.
Connecting pipe and overhead in tight spaces is no sweat with Viga Commercial Systems. Available in up to 4 inches, our fittings and valves come equipped with Smart Connect technology that detects unpressed connections 100% of the time. Learn more at viga.us/commercial.